everyone, it's Daphne from Scrap and Create, and today I am going to do something I haven't done before. I've got a request from a viewer to go back and revisit one of the albums I put together a little while ago and actually lay in some of the mats where I would put photos. So I've gone ahead and done that. I let her pick the album, and the album is By the Sea. And so I haven't done the whole album, but I've given you a pretty good idea of where I would lay photos in if this were my album and I was adding pictures to it. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm not going to go over the detail of the album because there's already a walkthrough on that. So on the inside cover, and I've marked all my photo mats so you can see what sizes they would be. On the inside, this is a large 8.5 by 8.5 surface area, so you could easily put a 5 by 7 and a 3 by 4. I mean, you could do some other coordinations or combinations, but I chose a 5 by 7 for this location because it is the widest spot in the book, and if I was going to feature a 5 by 7, I would want to do it on an 8.5 by 8.5 panel. The rest of the panels are, base panels are 8 by 8, and then all the flaps are going to be something smaller than that. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and go to the next page. So as you can see, there's plenty of room by a 3.5 by 5.5 here. Over here, I featured a 3.5 by 3.5. And then inside, I have a photo mat that is a 4 by 6. And I actually left a flange on it. And I like the idea because it just makes it easy to pull the photo or whatever you've got mounted out of that pocket without having to dig too hard. So I kind of like that. So again, this is a 3.5 by 3.5, 3.5 by 5. On the other side, another 3.5 by 5. It could have been two 3.5 by 3.5s. Here's two 4 by 6s laid into the center space. So that's page 1. And here's the second page, so it's a slightly different arrangement. I put a 3.5 by 3.5 here. You could go larger, but I kind of wanted to preserve the postcard here. And then this opens up. And here you've got two 3.5 by 3.5s that fit just perfectly on this panel. Inside here you've got a card fold, and you could easily put 4.5 by 6, 4 by 6 photo here, 4 by 6 photo here, or you could even put one here. I'd preserve this for journaling, but that's entirely up to you. You could also add additional photos directly onto this mat. Now this is a belly band, so this is going to go back over and be placed here. So it's really up to you, but there's plenty of space for photos, even on that flat surface. Okay, another 3.5 by 3.5. Inside the pocket, I'm not going to open it, is another 4 by 6. Here's your two 3.5 by 3.5s, slightly tucked behind, actually 3 by 3 and a 3.5 by 3.5. So there's actually two different sizes. And a 3.5 by 5, 3.5 by 5, and then here I've got the 3.5 and a 3 by 3, which are the matching ones to this. So you could also do 4 by 6 here, but this is just giving you some ideas of how you could do a layout in this particular album. Over here, and of course inside each one of these policy envelopes is a 4 by 6. You could actually get something that's slightly larger than that in there, but not a 5 by 7. 3.5 by 5.5. There's your two 3.5 by 3.5, which I actually really like the way that looks here. Here's another place where it would be perfect to add a 5 by 7. This is one of my embellishments, which is enough room to sort of journal the event, date, time, people in the photo, and so forth. And then I don't know why these are free floating. I put temporary tape on them, so I'm sure some of them have fallen off. I think I had something here. 3.5 by 4, and then on the inside a 3 by 3. This one is free floating because that's a belly band, so you could actually get a couple of things in here. This one's, I think, a little too tight for the band. No, it'll fit. Okay, a couple of photos in here. 3.5 by 5.5, and you could go a little wider, as you can see on the edges, but I like to keep a little bit of a frame around each one of them. So you've got two 4 by 4s and a 3 by 3 in the middle. That still leaves you plenty of space to add small embellishments or little tags that you can journal what the event was. Okay, and I think that's it, but these are some of the empty pages, so you can see this is what some of them look like before I went ahead and laid in some of these black photos, sort of demonstrating how you could lay in some photos. So even on the pages that I've just gone through, there's 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 photos just between these 2 pages. And that includes what's inside the policy envelope. And then I could actually put another photo that could be just inset here. So you can get pretty creative and add quite a few photos and still see all the beautiful paper on the other side. So I just wanted to demonstrate that for you guys. That was a customer request. I don't mind doing it. I'm going to release this as soon as I get it uploaded, and then I'm going to go ahead and add it to the series of videos that pertain to this particular project. And in the future, if I do others, they'll be coupled with the rest of their project videos as well. So I hope you enjoyed this quick walkthrough on how to place your photos in the album. And I hope you find it helpful, and it gives you sort of the confidence to place photos in your albums too, because after all, that's what they're for. So thanks everybody for tuning in. This is Daphne from Scrap and Create, and I should be back pretty soon with the new Graphic 45 collections. Thanks again for tuning in.